4 big things they should know going into Saturday. Number 1, the reveal. You guessed it, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, the 2 big favorites. Rhodes has never won the event, Big E. Orton is making his WWE record 10th appearance. You got to figure these 2 are the favorites.
I think so. And look, there's been a lot of tension between these 2, very quiet tension. A friendship has been building for quite some time. But I've been seeing Randy eyeing this man's title for about the last year. I think this thing has been slowly percolating. Look, they're friends, but they're 2 alphas as well. So I'm really intrigued to see if Randy Orton can prove that he is still that guy in 2026, or if Cody, who I think is probably the betting favorite right now, if Cody can pull it out.
It's a great point, and you made the point. Randy was eyeing the title when it was Cody's. He's eyeing it now that it's Drew McIntyre's. You know, also, Randy is very well aware, and he said he has no interest in retiring anytime soon, signed a contract, he's going to be around for a while. But you know, these opportunities don't come along that often. You're not guaranteed to be in this title picture next year when we get to WrestleMania season, so Randy Orton knows what's at stake in this matchup.
The mantra is RKO everybody. Will everybody get RKO'd?
Oh,
I think so. I think so. But look, this is Cody's match to lose. There's a lot of pressure on Cody. People are expecting Cody to go into WrestleMania in another world title match. So I think he's going to feel that pressure. I don't know if he'll be buoyed by that pressure or if it'll feel like a weight going into this match.
Well, here's the question I would ask you, Joe, and all the fans out there. What's Cody Rhodes' path to WrestleMania if he doesn't come out of the chamber? And can we picture a world at this point in which Cody Rhodes isn't in a main event at WrestleMania?
Let that marinate for a bit. We're going to have more on that later in the show. Elimination Chamber pod number 2, as we talk about the big things you need to know heading into the event. The megastar, LA Knight. Is it finally his time to summit the mountain? He joined SportsCenter on Monday to talk about exactly that. Take a listen.
Look, I'm 23 years deep in this thing right now. Don't tell me. But with that being the case, when you talk about a marquee match like that, nothing gets bigger than WrestleMania. As far as I'm concerned, me being in the world title picture at WrestleMania, overdue, if you ask me.
He says it's overdue. He says it's time. Is it time for LA Knight?
I agree. Like, Rosenberg, we talked about this in the back before the show. He's someone I think has been butting his head against that glass ceiling now for several years. If not now, when? When is it going to finally happen for this guy? We've seen someone in LA Knight who there's so many times you expect his momentum to start to come to a creep, to slow down, for people to forget about him. He still has the people in the palm of his hands. I still think he's moving in his prime. I know he's a bit older, but he doesn't move like an older athlete.
He does not at all, and it's such a great point. Like, if anybody watches WWE Unreal, you've seen sort of the ups and downs of LA Knight, right? And we know that. He has been around doing this thing for so long in Maryland, in LA, all over the country, went to WWE, lost it, at TNA, he's done it all. And when E mentioned me earlier, he's like, can you imagine if LA Knight wins? I went, absolutely not, I cannot imagine that. I think Cody Rhodes is gonna win. But you made the point. I think it might be the most exciting thing that could happen for the fans would be if LA Knight were to win this thing.
He's been warring with the Vision for a while, but he was warring with McIntyre not long before that. He matches up well with all these guys.
He really does, and I think he's hungry. He's a guy you talk to, and he has wanted to be at the top of this company for years and years. You talk about the fact that he was fired years ago. He goes through the grind of being on TNA, comes back again, comes back even hotter than ever. He's someone who's overcome hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. And I think he's ready. I think he has the mindset that it has to be now.
All right, now we talked about 3 of the favorites, 3 of the more well-known guys, but elsewhere, looking at the 4 big things you need to know, there's a couple names that if they're not on your radar, you're going to want to put them on your radar in a hurry. And when you include the women's side of the equation as well, 3 rookies that we are going to see. Men's side, it's Trick Williams and Javon Williams. On the other side, Kiana James. You know what it's like stepping inside this structure. As a rookie first-timer in front of a crowd like Chicago, what's going through your mind?
It's trying to, this is the last show, the last big show before WrestleMania. So you know there's a lot of pressure. I know Javon Evans, we're going to get into it, but the whole world, the whole wrestling world is saying, what is Javon going to do? Trick Williams is an absolute star. Kiana has proven that she can go in the ring. So I think we're seeing this influx of new talent that people are excited to see do something different. But there's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes, and we'll see if that pressure is something that keeps them from performing at their very best.
Man, I got to tell you, Javon Evans is a rare kid.
You spoke to him recently on your podcast.
I did. He was on GP in Saudi right before the Rumble. He has no nerves. He reminds me of my favorite player in the NFL, young Jaden Daniels. Like, these kids practically, right, in their early 20s, who it's like they've done so much preparation, plus they're so naturally talented that nerves do not kick in. I don't think, we're gonna ask him about it. I don't think he has any nerves about the spot, which gets me so excited. And then when it comes to the Trick of it all, and you mentioned Kiana, who has been so impressive on SmackDown, but when you get to Trick, there's a question, there's a possibility, I should say, that his entrance will challenge CM Punk and AJ Lee for how hyped the crowd is.
Which is crazy to say, but I'm with you. Trick's got it. He's got it.
They love him. Watching what part he comes out. I don't know if he's starting in the first two or if he'd be coming out of one of the pods. The crowd's going to lose it. On the Evans side of the equation, if I was to set odds for highlight of the night, he's probably at the top.
It's a shoo-in. He's going to have highlight number 1, number 2, number 3. He's the guy you're going to watch out for in this match. You're talking about so many budding stars, and that's what I love, is you have these established names like Punk and Cody and Randy, but this new life, it's exciting.
Joe, give us you're a prognosticator guy, big Vegas guy. Give me the plus. It's plus money that Javon Evans has highlight of the night, right?
Well, no, you make it odds on. You'd go the other way.
Oh, sorry, it's the exact opposite. Sorry.
It'd be odds on. And also, to go back earlier, we don't need any more of the Jaden Daniels commentary. I knew you were going to find a way to slide that in. E and I were looking at each other the same way. There are other players you could go to there, but we'll leave that one lie. No, it's after the OG cutter a couple weeks ago that you saw from like that.
That's an all-time moment.
Who would go the other way on that pick when you can see what this kid has done in such a short period?
If you haven't seen it, by the way, just go on YouTube and check out the Javon Evans OG cutter from a couple of weeks ago on Raw against Grande Americano. Insane.
You watch it 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
For Kiana James on the other side, she's stepping into a class, and we'll break down the women's side of this a little bit later, but she's really stepping into a loaded class of veterans in the women's chamber.
She is, and I don't know how much from a fan perspective, how much people are really expecting of her, but sometimes that really is your best path to winning, is when people don't have that target on your back. She's someone who, getting this win over Nia, over Charlotte, pinning, like that's big,
no,
that's
huge.
massive for her.
That is a huge moment, and I think the fans have all had the same reaction about Kiana James. You're watching her when she came up from NXT, and you're seeing her week to week, and first she's just talking, and you're seeing her. And then when you see match after match, tag matches, now a triple threat to earn her way into the chamber, how can you not be impressed by how good she is in the ring?
Okay, with that said, the 4 big things we've been talking about, let's go ahead and reveal number 4, because this is going to lead into exactly that. Jade Cargill, who is going to be defending her title at WrestleMania against the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber. Cargill's been an absolute freight train, but if she's watching this match, which she will be, Biggie, who would she least likely want to see raise their hand?
So I think, what are her strengths? It's size, it's strength, and I look at Rhea Ripley. Size, it's strength. I think that's someone who can match her beat for beat, who is someone who's even more experienced, who has a lot of the same physical tools. If I'm Jade, I do not want Rhea to win this match.
Jade Cargill, by the way, Jade sounds just like Jaden. No, Jade.
Great callback.
Jade is, she's a physical freak, right? She's the most unbelievable. She is as impressive an athlete as we've ever seen in WWE. Rhea is the person who jumps just off the page. I think she is a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever do it, already still in her 20s. So let's go beyond Rhea, because you know how terrifying she is. How about the experience of Asuka at WrestleMania?
She's won in there before.
And we know she can win this match. We know she's not scared of the big stage at WrestleMania. Asuka, and that is where you'd have the biggest difference. Asuka may not have size or strength on Jade Cargill, but she certainly has in-ring experience.
It took a while for us to get to Tiffany Stratton back from injury. She brings a lot of that power and athleticism to the table as well.
Yeah, and you look at possible standouts in this match. I think she's someone who I think is guaranteed to do something electrifying in this match. And I don't think she's had one world championship. She's not done yet. She's going to be back there at some point in her career. She's still so young, in her mid-20s. Will it be now? Who knows? But she has a shot.
I'm among the people, and I talked about this a lot on my podcast, like, who was ready for Tiffy Time to be up when it was up. Like, I thought her reign was great, and I kind of felt like I'd seen enough Tiffy. Like, what else is there? Then she went away for a while, and when she came back at the Rumble, I said the time away was what she needed.
Yeah.
You are so we saw her so much. Her title reign was such a grind, week in, week out. Seeing her come back at the Rumble and seeing her since then, you're reminded she is one of the most impressive young talents we have.